See? Listen, bro. Debate lord, bro. Do you understand me? This man is in a permanent state of debate. He's like, listen, you could disagree with me. I discourage it, but you could disagree.
There's a real estate sale selling stolen property which was stolen from the Palestinian people. As Jewish people, we should not steal. This is either a political move or a financial.
I was just fighting in Gaza for the IDF.
Bro, you should be in jail.
So what are we shooting today?
How do I explain what this is? There's this there's this gathering where they're gonna sell real estate like in Palestine, like West Bank territory. I'm reading about it and it goes against like the Fair Housing Act, all this stuff. So I thought I would be a real estate agent. I can't decide, should I be a real estate agent or a real estate influencer?
I think you got to be a real estate influencer.
Yes. Okay.
So wait, these are a real estate company that is selling. How are they getting this Palestinian land?
Well, I don't know. Through, dude. I mean, we can imagine how that plays out. Actually, I don't think we have to imagine that at all. I think we, whatever you just thought in your head of how they obtain the land, you did it. Like that's it. It's exactly what you thought. It's like some type of, I think it's like some type of convention, and they have little booths set up, from what I've seen, and
development in the West Bank.
Yeah, what's up? It's your real estate influencer here, showing you how to flip houses in Palestine. So step one, secure the land. Make sure it's in a place that the entire world is like, please, can you not? Step two, fucking take it anyway. I'm a real estate investor, and so I was, trying to educate my audience on, where they can buy and sell real estate to flip and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so
Israel's definitely the way to go.
Oh my God, I've heard it's like a huge thing. So, I think there's like a lot of controversy on this one because some of it's like there's like disputed territories. I don't know who's disputed.
I'm not going to respond to that.
I know. So, but then there's...
My father was technically a Palestinian, so that makes me a Palestinian.
Oh my God, so if you were to buy it, then it's like, it's not an issue.
I should be able to buy any land because I'm legally a Palestinian.
Oh, so like Palestinian, like how?
My father was a Palestinian. That's what it says on his birth certificate.
Okay, so he was there like during like the whole.
He was born 43, yeah.
Okay.
My grandfather was in the British Army for Israel.
Okay.
So I should have no legal issues.
Yes. So it's a pre-1948.
Yeah,
Got it.
I legally own my land.
Okay.
On all accords.
So I've just been told I can't come inside and make any real estate bids because I'm not Jewish, and I
got people walking in the street around you, so
I don't know about the Fair Housing Act or Civil Rights Act or anything like that. I'm sure this doesn't violate any of that at all. So some people are really upset about this apparently. I don't get it. I mean, as long as the land is like theirs and not stolen, I don't see why the problem. Oh my God.
Brutality, pigs, you burn babies in ovens. You rape women.
What's up, Osama? Osama bin Laden right there.
I'm a real estate influencer, and so they're selling real estate inside of there. I actually couldn't be, I couldn't get inside. I'm not Jewish. Some of it's like in the West Bank and stuff.
Yes. Well, what's right? Before you.
What? So it's yeah.
Which side of the divide are you on? You're on
what?
The liberal side or on the conservative side?
I'm on the anti-apartheid side. That's the side.
The anti-Israel side.
The anti. Oh, wait. Why is that anti-Israel?
Well, you say.
I'm anti-apartheid.
Okay.
I don't want the. How is that anti-Israel?
I guess you're claiming that Israel is pursuing apartheid policy.
I didn't say. No, I'm saying.
Therefore, I guess if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. So if you're saying that Israel pursues.
I just don't want people to live in apartheid.
Right. So then you're saying you're anti-Israel because.
So if I'm anti-apartheid, I'm anti-Israel.
Well, if you're saying that Israel is pursuing apartheid policies, is that what
I
you're
didn't
saying?
say that. I just said that. They just said that there's
why would you
there's
bring up
people
apartheid?
living under apartheid.
You know what you're saying, and I know what you're saying, but you won't admit to what you're saying.
But
but
the way you jumped to anti-Israel, though, I thought that was just funny.
Because you're saying that you're talking about Israel and you're talking about apartheid, so obviously you're inferring that Israel is pursuing those apartheid policies.
So so it's not?
I'm asking you a question.
The hostages home first, and then we're gonna talk about free Palestine. You know, bring them
What
home
does this have
first.
to do with? I'm here to buy real estate.
You are killers.
No, but I'm here to buy real estate. I'm here to buy real estate in the West Bank. I don't know what this is about. I just wanted to buy real estate in the West Bank. They wouldn't let me inside because I'm not Jewish.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was set to buy a whole bunch of real estate.
Yeah.
I thought that's how the free market works. But where's this real estate?
This real estate that's being sold is in the West Bank.
In the West Bank?
Yes.
Real estate in the West Bank? I don't know anything about real estate, apparently, and I mean, I'm just...
technically it's illegal what they're doing. It's illegal.
Yeah.
It's against international law, it's against local law, it's against state law, it's against fair housing. It's illegal what they're doing.
Wow. So wait, what's happening inside that building? It's a real estate sale?
It's a real estate sale that's going on in many places, where they're selling and offering land in the West Bank in 48 territories, but particularly a lot of the...
Wait, how can you sell land in the West Bank?
So that's part of why we're here. It's illegal, actually, by international law under the Geneva Convention. You're not allowed...
Doesn't that violate like housing laws in New York State?
First of all, it violates international laws, which is...
Biden CNN interview airing at 7 p.m. today. No more weapons for Israel. I found this thing that's like a 0-calorie noodle, basically. Called konjac or something. It's called Miracle Noodle. Miracle Noodle variety pack, fettuccine and angel hair. Konjac noodles. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's literally, they're gross. No, it's not. No, it's fucking sick. It actually looks kind of like glass noodles. Look at this. That's what it looks like. It's not a sponsorship. Tastes pretty fucking good. Gives you the same mouthfeel of like regular noodles anyway. Ozempic noodle?
Is against the settlements in the West Bank. Secondly, it violates American real estate housing laws, which is the Fair Housing Act and the Civil Rights Housing Act, which both say that you cannot discriminate based on race, ethnicity, or religious background. So it would violate all of those things. So we're here to stand against that, and particularly with the climate, with an ongoing genocide happening right now on the people in Gaza, and an uproar of violence also in the West Bank, where feel that it's very flagrant to do this at this moment.
Go back to Jersey, back to Patterson, where you belong. Never come here again.
There's nothing funnier to me than like a dude rocking IDF gear next to an Israeli flag telling counter protesters to go back to Patterson, New Jersey. It's like, what does that mean? I think Patterson, New Jersey is like, I guess it's like a heavy Muslim area or something. But it's like, bro, you're literally fucking wearing an IDF jersey next to the Israeli flag, barely over 5'2", telling people to go back to somewhere else. It's like, bitch, where the fuck are you from? Little guy. Little guy. Where are you from, little guy? Where are you from, little man?
It's pretty nasty to say. Like, so after they took the land, Egypt and Jordan wouldn't take the people. It's like, listen, we stole your land. Here, take your people. And they just wouldn't take it. How selfish. After we took land from the Native Americans, no one in South America or Canada would take them in. It was just, or South America, Canada, Europe, no other country would take them in. We're like, here, you take them. We don't want them. We just took their land. These people, get these people.
There's nothing more ironic than saying that as a Jewish person in 2024 on U.S. soil, when America historically literally refused to take in Jewish refugees that were escaping the Nazi regime. Like, the idea that you're like, no one wanted you, lol. It's like, bro, your fucking great-grandfather was almost murked by the fucking Nazis on the same soil that you are now chirping in the exact same fucking Hitlerian way. How fucking stupid are you, dude? Do you not know your own fucking people's history? What are we doing here? How ridiculous. Literally, bro, it is no different than fucking like the American Bund movement, okay, yelling at like Jews with a megaphone in like the 1930s being like, nobody wants you. America doesn't want you here. It's crazy.
Explain what's going on inside the synagogue. There's a real estate sale.
There's a real estate sale selling stolen property, which was stolen land that was stolen from the Palestinian people. Now, this is recognized internationally as events, at least some of it. And this is, as Jewish people, we should not steal and we should not sell stolen property. We should not share property that has been stolen. According to Judaism, if one shares with a thief, is considered a thief. And especially when this is happening in this time, while this genocide is taking place in Gaza, which is only making everything worse. What is happening in Gaza is...
Wow, this guy's a real anti-Semite, man. Classic anti-Semitic tendency coming from this dude, you know? Classic. Where are the cops? They need to kill this man immediately, you know? In an effort to defend Jewish people, we must immediately sick the rabid dogs of the state on this dude.
Is disastrous. This mass murder of the Palestinian people is unacceptable, and the danger that the occupation of Palestine is causing for Jews is also unacceptable.
So you're saying that's making Jewish people less safe?
Certainly it is. In addition to the injustice of it, it is making it is endangering Jewish people, and all of this should not happen in the first place. And unfortunately, what this is going on, continuing, making everything worse, and as I said, especially in this time, and on top of all, why in a synagogue? Why in a holy place? This is either a political move or a financial move. This has nothing to do with religion. Happens to be that all of this is forbidden.
So it has nothing to do with religion?
No.
So selling real estate in a synagogue, that's not a practice? That's not a common practice at all?
It's not a religious practice. It's either a financial practice...
I'm not Jewish, so I need you to tell me, explain this to me.
It's either a financial practice, or a political one, or a criminal one. Yeah. But nothing to do with religion. And I'll explain you why in the synagogue. Because the movement of Zionism since day one is misusing religion to justify all crimes it is committing. While the movement of Zionism is officially secular. They don't even claim to be religious. Yeah. And why do they misuse the religion? Just in order to to confuse the masses, to have the world think and believe as if all Jews...
It's so funny that, like, these guys are, I don't know if these guys are directly Neturei Karta, but there are many Hasidic sects, like many Orthodox Jewish sects, that under the tenets of Judaism consider Israel and consider Zionism to be abhorrent. Some because they find it unconscionable that Jews in the name of Judaism would go and kill so many people. Others, oh, it says NKUSA, they are Neturei Karta. So the thing is, yeah, they are Neturei Karta, NKUSA.org. So these guys also personally believe that Jews, according to Judaism, are to remain stateless until the Messiah comes, right? So they find it to be heretical to do an advocacy for a ethno-state, a Jewish ethno-state specifically. So there's also a religious, like a theological underpinning to their movement. And beyond that, there's also obviously like developed sympathies towards the Palestinian plight as a consequence of being on the right side of history. And what is Neturei Karta? Neturei Karta is one sect of ultra-Orthodox Judaism. Orthodox Judaism is a relatively new invention inside of Judaism. Ironic, because like you would think that these guys are they look like they are the older sect, but it's actually a newer sect of Judaism in comparison to the to how long Judaism has been around. However, obviously ultra-Orthodox Judaism also goes in the other direction as well. So make no mistake, if you go to New York, if you go to like an ultra-Orthodox community in New York, like the dudes who built the Chabad tunnels, right? Like those guys are very, very pro-Israel. So make no mistake, there is much discourse amongst Orthodox Jews, as well as Jews as a whole. Neturei Karta is also less of a sect and more of a political group within the Litvak Haredi Judaism. They aren't Hasidic. Not all Orthodox are Hasidic. I thought Haredi was just another... I thought it was all Orthodox. If you're Haredi, and like Haredi is like a more aggro version of just like being Orthodox. Like Ben Shapibo is an Orthodox Jew. So he keeps, obviously everybody keeps kosher. He, does the burning of the fucking kitchen and shit. And then Haredi, not Hasidic. Hasidic is Haredi, but not all Haredi are Hasidic. What's the I genuinely don't know the distinction between. Yes, you're right about Haredi. Hasidic is a mystical form of Orthodox Judaism. Hasidim are mixed on Zionism depending on their specific sect. You got these wonderful people in the video and the nutcases in the West Bank, some of which also follow Hasidic sects. Yeah. You also have Orthodox Jews in Jerusalem that are also a part of either Neturei Karta or other sects inside of Orthodox Judaism that are also very anti-apartheid. That's why you see dudes that look like him getting beat up by the Israeli police force on a regular basis inside of Israel. Anyway, my point is, these guys believe that there is no theological justification for Jews to have a nation state, let alone an ethno state, let alone in the historic land that Israel is built on top of, and that they will naturally, throughout the course of history, once the Messiah returns, be granted a nation state when the time comes. But beyond that, there are obviously like different kinds of Orthodox sects that believe that the Messiah is here, like the dudes that were building the tunnels. I think those are one of the Messiah guys, right? Like the ultra Orthodox Jews that are that believe, yeah, there's Messianic Chabadniks that believe that the Messiah actually is a real person that came. Chabad Lubavitch And those guys are definitely the Chabad Lubavitch guys are not pro-Palestine at all. And those guys are the very right-wing Orthodox Jews that you hear from time to time. The ones that are the ones specifically in New York that have a lot of issues with education, get state funding, and also have like their own version of the police force inside of NYPD. Anyway, so basically what I'm trying to say is it goes to show that the notion that Jews are monolithic in their understanding, or Jews are monolithic as a whole, is probably one of the most anti-Semitic and also ahistorical perspectives that you could have on Judaism. What's the joke? It's like you got 2 Jews, 8 opinions or something. Like, it's just Judaism in and of itself is the most debate-lord religion of all time. 2 Jews, 3 opinions. So obviously the notion that, you know, the notion that like all Jews are monolithic in their approach to Judaism, all Jews are monolithic in their understanding of Israel could not be far from the truth. You know, it's very, very frustrating that people present it as such. Wouldn't that be like saying all Christians are the same? Yes. But even more so inside, especially inside of Judaism, because a big part of like the analysis of the Talmud literally revolves around debating it. So like debate is literally baked into not just the core, not just like the Jewish culture in general, but like baked into the religion. So, yeah, they're OG debate lords in general. They're basically different Hasidic sects have different dynasties of main rebbes. The Chabad community often believes that the 7th Rebbe Menachem Mendel Schneerson, who died like 30 years ago, is actually, yeah, this is the best one, who actually died 30 years ago, is still actually alive and is the Messiah. It's pretty insane. That's my favorite one. Those are also the guys who are the most like proselytizing, I feel like, out of all the different sects. They're the guys who are like, they're the guys who will walk up to you if you look Jewish. Yes, I'm saying what you think I'm saying. They will literally walk up to you if they suspect you of being Jewish and be like, would you like to join our cult? Yeah. Literally. It happens all the time. Are you Jewish? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. To proselytize is forbidden, except for those guys. They love proselytizing. They don't give a shit. But they proselytize to the Jews, suspected Jews, who they think are Jewish. They don't like go up to someone who is, I mean, if someone's just like, nah, I'm Muslim, they're not like, okay, well, join our cult. They want everyone to do a tefillin. It's a mitzvah.
Support this movement, and as if the Jewish
they
religion
don't proselytize. I said that. They don't technically proselytize. Their goal is to get Jewish people to become Orthodox. They're not interested in converting people. Yeah.
Condones the existence of the state of Israel, the occupation of Palestine, or all criminal actions it commits. All of this is...
I know a suspicious amount about Jewish folklore, Judaism, Jewish culture. Think about that. That's why I'm the anti-Semite of the week, baby. You already know. Always. Very suspicious. Very suspicious how much I know about different kinds of Jews, as you say, Muslim boy.
is unacceptable. All of this is embarrassing for Jewish people, and as I said, dangerous to Jewish people as well.
Is it part of the sect that you're from that you don't believe that we should return to the Holy Land until the Messiah comes?
Right. Exactly. According to Judaism, one of the basics of Jewish belief is the concept of Jewish exile, which according to Judaism is a divine decree. In other words, Jewish people are in exile not because of an accident, not because of the lack of Jewish power. We believe that this is a divine decree, that Jewish people are required to accept the decree of God and not fight against it. Attempting to end Jewish exile by any physical means, which is basically the Zionist philosophy, goes in total contrast of basics of Jewish belief. This will be forbidden in Judaism, even without any crimes to it, even if it's in total peace with everyone. But when this happens in Palestine by committing so many crimes against the indigenous population of the land, it's just adding so many additional...
You should either thank or blame Felix for that knowledge? No. No. I didn't learn this shit from Felix. I learned most of it from being pro-Palestine, actually. For years and years and years. Also, I was born in New Jersey. So, as this chatter correctly pointed out, it is epigenetic. If you are born inside of the tri-state region, your knowledge of different Orthodox sects just comes, it's like beamed into your brain.
Crime to be Orthodox Jews. Our movement, our organization is Nature Karte, but what we are presenting is basic Judaism with no nicknames to it. It's Judaism that all Jews believed in for thousands of years without any exception. There's nothing new I am saying.
Yeah.
All that changed is over 100 years ago when the movement of Zionism started by
Theodor Herzl,
outspoken heretics who didn't follow Judaism, didn't even claim to follow Judaism, and only they came up with a philosophy which is in total contrast to traditional Judaism. Now, whether one wants to disagree with us, that's the personal opinion of the individual. But nobody can say that what we are presenting is new. We are presenting traditional Judaism. People might today, for one reason or another, choose something else, which is the choice of the individual, which I discourage.
See? Listen, bro. Debate lord, bro. Do you understand me? This man is in a permanent state of debate. He's like, listen, you could disagree with me. I discourage it, but you could disagree with me nonetheless. I'm telling you, dude, it's the most debate lord religion out there, straight up. It's also very fun. It's like Mormonism in the way that you have so many different like loopholes and shit.
But that's the choice of the individual. But don't you say that Zionism, as I once saw at the Zionist rally, a sign saying Moses was a Zionist. That this is a
why wasn't he a Zionist?
No, this is a joke.
Yeah.
This is a simple joke because Zionism is something which is a new philosophy going in total contrast to traditional Judaism. There is no way that you can say that Zionism is Judaism. People do say so.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense. We should be very careful, never allow the conflation of Zionism with Judaism. This is not the same. If one criticizes Zionists, I appreciate that, and I'll tell you why. Because I appreciate the people that define the right definition to what.
I love how the sun has started to set during the process of this conversation, like it's getting darker. Yeah, bro. My man is a yapper, okay? He is the lore master. Dressed to the task too. He do be looking like a lore master. That is the dude I would go to be like, excuse me, sir, can you give me the lore, please? Like, he looks like a quest giver.
They criticize. Rather than criticizing Jews, which I discourage to do, because not all Jews are committing these crimes. If you want to criticize the people doing it. Now, I'm not here to encourage people to criticize others, because I wish that everybody would be honest and just and religious and please God, and nobody will have to be criticized. But unfortunately, since these crimes are taking place, And since people should, as a moral duty, people should stand up.
To clarify, the sect has pretty weird opinions outside of Palestine, I'm assuming? Yes. I mean, one quick way to figure that out is by noticing that there are no women present.
Up and speak up against evil. The actions of Zionists, the actions of the Zionist state of Israel should be condemned, should be criticized. But let's define it accurately. Let's not.
But of course, to be fair, the way I see it is this. I would rather have my ultra-Orthodox, my ultra-Orthodox Judaism understanders be women haters that hate the apartheid rather than women haters that also love the apartheid. Because there's plenty of ultra-Orthodox women haters who love the apartheid as well.
Criticize the Jews, let's criticize the Zionists, and we have to differentiate between Judaism and Zionism, which is never the same.
Because that's what I didn't know this going in, and that you have people in Reza and West Bank, they'll be 30, 40, or even 50 years old before they meet someone who's Jewish, who's anti-Zionist, and it's a life-changing moment. They'll write about it. They'll be like, it's mind-blowing.
I visited Gaza.
Yeah.
And they did meet me. Many of the people met me. From Gaza, and I do this in each and every occasion where we can. We are here to teach the world. We are here to teach the the suffering people of Palestine. We are here to teach whoever wants to listen that not all Jews support these crimes. Not all Jews are the enemy. The Jewish religion is not what is causing all of this. On the contrary, the Jewish religion condemns all what is taking place.
True.
And we as Jewish people are here to teach the Jewish religion and to teach the masses that this is criminal and this is wrong.
He's right about that.
And the last thing that I found out is a lot of you.
Not even the Jewish religion, like Jewish culture, Jewish history, like centuries of Jewish people living all around the fucking planet, engaging in actions that would be exactly antithetical to what Israel is doing right now. Straight up. It's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy.
Come out to protest, right? Like as the Sabbath is starting, and all of you have to walk home. What's the longest you and your friends have walked home?
7 hours.
7 hours?
No, not only one walk. Sometimes we have to go and come. When it's Saturday, for example, we have to walk to the rally and then back. It was, I think, 7 hours was the best we did.
That's the best we did. Awesome. Thank you so much. Just trying to cover the.
Oh, I love comedy. To be honest, no matter what you believe in, you gotta make fun of everything.
I showed up with a stormtrooper costume, and I showed up with the people across the street, and I wrote, "The Empire did nothing wrong."
You guys on Instagram?
Yeah,
What's
Walter
your name?
Masterson. Walter Masterson.
Jonathan, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How do I pronounce it?
Yeah.
You're not Jewish, are you?
I'm not Jewish.
You look Jewish.
I look Jewish? Oh.
You look like a European Jew.
Oh, European Jew? Oh, okay. Yeah. So wait, which side are you on? This side or the other
On the
side?
other side, on the wrong side.
You're on the other side and the wrong side?
We're on the side that doesn't rape women.
Other side, okay. Oh,
Wait,
you're in the IDF.
What are you asking them?
I'm not in the IDF, but I support
But wait.
the IDF.
Oh, so it's okay.
I'm not in the IDF.
We're on the side that doesn't rape women, bro. You're wearing a fucking IDF jersey. Weird.
Fat I am. You think they would take me? They would never take me.
No, yeah.
The IDF guys are like, come on,
Yeah.
they're like buff.
Yeah.
The camera guys laughing.
They don't.
Oh my God, he said they would never take me. The IDF guys are buff. Oh my God. I'm doing my part.
No, I'm just doing.
They
I'm
don't
not.
take me. That's what they would say to me. Go on the other side so we can win.
Well, you guys aren't winning.
Oh, we're definitely gonna be winning for sure.
How do I?
Well, let me ask you a question. So, you know what, Reza, West Bank, what do you see as a way forward? Should they just get their own? Should they just be independent?
let me tell you something. It takes two people to tango. If you have one side that hates the other side, there's no peace in that land. If I want to dance with you and you don't want to reciprocate, how are we going to dance?
He doesn't want to dance.
But listen.
So the Palestinian people, they don't want to dance.
But listen,
you know what they want? They want blood, Jewish blood on their hands.
Let's just take that aside. I've read the truth about Camp David. I've read about the Camp David Accords. Also, I've read about all these.
No,
I've tried to.
Camp David Accords.
Yeah.
Recently, you have the Abraham Accords. You have so much. You have so many.
Yeah.
My man said Abraham Accords. That's all you need to know. He said, "Oh, Camp David. Well, what about the Abraham Accords?" It's like, bro, the Abraham Accords does not feature Palestinians. Like, it was not done with any envoy or Palestinian representation. March for Israel at USC commencement tonight, supported by the LAPD. Oh, no. Are you for fucking real?
Are you of the side that says, you know what, for national security reasons, we should take Reza, we should take West Bank, and they need to go, otherwise we're never going to be safe? Or are you of the side that's like, you know what, give them their own state as long as they're not trying to kill us?
Okay, so listen, in my humble opinion,
Bro, even this like the way he's asking this question is like so deliberately, like he's asking that in the kindest way to invoke like I would say it's going above and beyond. Oh, as long as like, would you give the Palestinians their own state as long as they did like promise not to kill the Israelis? Like he is trying so hard to get him to agree with him. Like the most generous. The generous way to frame this. Let's see what they respond with.
I would love to support a two-state solution, but currently, if you have a leading government, okay, i.e. Hamas, as they have brought them to power in 2005, and in Hamas's charter, it clearly states to kill all the Jewish people, how can you promote a peace and a two-state solution? In my mind, I don't think it's gonna fly.
So, but then what's your solution?
I think if the Palestinians can reason with themselves and accept that the Jewish people should live in Israel because it's their homeland, and the Jewish people's roots tie more to the land of Judea and Samaria.
Jews
we go back
from Judea.
1,200 BCE before Christ.
Saying, okay.
If they accept the Jewish people's right to exist in the land, and Hamas is eradicated completely,
then you'll accept a two-state solution.
I would love to live. My neighbor, if I lived in Israel, my neighbor be Palestinian Arab. I would love it. And okay. I would invite him to my Shabbat dinner. But he has to have peace in his heart for me to live in that land. Young Palestinian children, even towards the youngest age of 2 or 3 years old, they're all indoctrinated with hate. And they're raised since they're little kids to hate Jews.
Is such projection, dude. Yeah, bro. They don't hate Jews. They hate Israel. Sometimes also Jews, because Israel fucking says that they're killing their families for Judaism. But just Israel in general. It's Israel that they hate. And they don't learn to hate Israel at school. They learn to hate Israel when the school is blown up by Israel. Also, oh my God, that's such a good point. It is crazy to make this argument outside of an auction of West Bank homes. Oh my God. I forgot that they're literally having this conversation at a real estate auction of Palestinian homes in historic Palestinian land that Israel is currently unjustifiably and illegally occupying. And American Jews are basically looking at that as cheap fucking real estate that they're going to purchase. Oh. This is exactly what I mean when I say the average Zionist doesn't know what Zionism is. The myth of Palestinians and Arabs will always hate us, so there's nothing we can do is so strong. You don't even have to define to yourself what Zionism is beyond Israel good, Jewish state good, and what its consequences are. Oh. Oh yeah, maybe that's why he's saying my neighbor would be Palestinian. He's like, I can't wait to go settle in the West Bank. He's like, my neighbor will be Palestinian Arab because I will have taken his uncle's home.
Okay, and to hate Israel, to oppose Zionism, and they're taught that Zionism is a bad thing.
It
in
is.
our eyes, the same thing that relates to Nazi, the Zionism screams Nazi in their eyes because this is what they're taught as a little kid.
You know, when people say like, oh, it's not settler colonial, Theodore Herzl doesn't know what you're talking about. David Ben Gurion doesn't know what you're talking about.
What's one thing that Theodore Herzl proposed that's settled?
He's literally said in his own journals of like, this will be a settler colonial project.
You have to understand the essence of the Jewish people. We were exiled from Egypt into Judea and Samaria. This is the land that was over there. And now when you're talking about the West Bank, okay, Jews lived in the West Bank. And you have so much proof from the Torah, even from the Bible. Where was Jesus born? Jesus was a Jew. But apparently on TikTok, apparently on Instagram, Jesus was Palestinian. Jesus was a Jew born in Nazareth. Nazareth, I think, is Shechem. I'm not so sure, but it's in the West Bank.
But I'm saying, like, why should this whole occur at the expense of a group of people? I just want to start a conversation of, like, can we acknowledge that the people in West Bank and Gaza, you know, they're living in what is definitively an open-air prison.
Never was. Why was it an open-air prison? Who was to blame for it?
Bro, it's always like they were asking for it. They were begging for it. This guy looks Arab, North African, crazy really? No, it's not crazy at all. It's not even remotely crazy. That's why I always say the notion that, like, bro, Judaism is an ethno-religion that contains other ethnicities outside of, like, Eastern European under it. Eastern European Jews and Western European Jews are Ashkenazi Jews. Whereas Mizrahi sects of Jews are literally Arab Jews. And even some Sephardic Jews are also Arab Jews. Okay? But if you have a conversation with a Zionist person in Israel, they literally cannot comprehend what you're saying. They're like, what? No. Like, they think you're dissing them when I say Itamar Ben-Gvir is literally of Arab descent. They go, no, he's not. He's Jew. Why would you say that he's Arab? It's like, bro, he's from Iraq. They think I'm insulting the person by lowering their status. When I say someone is of Arab background, when I say someone is Jewish, of Arab descent, of Arab background, they think I am lowering their status. This dude is the same. Look at him. If he didn't have a kippah on, NYPD would be beating his ass because they'd be like, all right, Mohammed, pack it up. You know what I mean? Look at him. He is more MENA than I am. On a lineup, if you ask a racist fucking NYPD police officer whose skull needs to be cracked, they crack his skull before mine. They'd be like, nope, that's the Muslim right there. That's why that's extra funny, because a lot of the Persian Jews that I know out here in Los Angeles, this is the largest Persian Jewish diaspora on the fucking planet. They've all been fucking brutalized in different ways because they are suspected of being Iranian Muslim. And yet they are some of the biggest dick riders of Israel. So funny.
Is it the Israeli government or Hamas?
Hamas doesn't run the West Bank.
Hamas runs Gaza. I'm not talking about the West Bank.
But what about the West Bank?
Well,
then?
the Palestinian Authority has most control of the West Bank.
You know, like if we can acknowledge what that is and say like, all right, that shouldn't be.
Have you seen videos of Gaza before October 6th?
Yeah.
Pictures. This is an open-air prison.
Technically, all Muslims are of Jewish descent. Yes, most. I wouldn't say all, but most. Yeah. I mean, it literally is a, what is this fucking thing? It is a Abrahamic, it's an Abrahamic religion. All of the Palestinians that remain in that area, all of the Palestinians that remain in that fucking area that converted to Christianity and then later on converted to Islam are literally direct descendants. Okay? Those motherfuckers are the direct descendants. Those living in Gaza, those living in fucking Gaza right now are descendants of the early Jewish population. They first converted to Christianity and then later converted to Islam. A little bit of a stretch, broski. What? No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, you guys are trying to fucking bait me at the top of the hour. At the top of the hour, I will be occupying your eyeballs with a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. A few years ago, I had an Israeli aunt visit me in New York City from Tel Aviv. When she saw Arabs out around, she would say shit. Dogs, how dare they show their face in public? She was the visitor insulting citizens of their own country. Yep. True, I'm a Palestinian Christian and my DNA test said I have Sephardic Jewish DNA. Yeah. Mesuzi B. And also Subsonic Spartan, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. At the top of the hour, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads. There's a 3-minute ad break now. Yeah, most of the Mizrahim and Sephardic are Arabs and Berbers. Amazigh, the Minister of Diaspora Affairs, parents are Tunisian Jews. This is a very common issue in supremacist movements in the region, by the way. Lebanese Christians think that Europeans make the distinction between them and the Lebanese Muslims, but the bigoted outsiders are all Arabs, thus inferior. Exactly. Turks do this shit too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All the hotels, the boardwalk, people commuting, restaurants, people living
just because they're not intense.
Hold on.
Like, what, they're supposed to just be intense?
Whenever you refer to a prison, you're talking about people who live in poverty.
Yeah.
So where is the poverty?
Where's the poverty? They don't.
Where's the poverty?
There's a ton of poverty there. I mean, it is like, everything.
Bro said, where's the poverty in Gaza? This is what I mean when I say it's so fucking disingenuous and so monstrous to use Palestinian resilience against them. We're talking about a place where like there's like before October 7th, there's like 56% unemployment. Most of the population is underage. Literally, majority of the population is fucking underage. Okay? People literally working for like $1 a day, extreme poverty conditions in general. And that's if they can get a fucking visa into working in Israel.
Come out to protest.
Yeah. In Palestine, the median age of the population was 19.6 years in 2023, meaning that almost half the total population is comprised of children. Okay, I guess it's not the majority. It might be the majority now, but... It's ridiculous. A person in a Norwegian prison is still a fucking prisoner. Okay? just because the prison conditions are better than the American prison doesn't change that reality. And the conditions of the Palestinian open air prison are not exactly great. Sure, it's better than it was better than fucking like a concentration camp. The average daily wage in the West Bank is $32 and $13 in Gaza, compared to $82 in Israel. My Egyptian DNA is 13% Jewish, 26% Arab Peninsula, and most of the rest is North Africa. It's not like our populations were replaced, but we went through waves of Christianization, then Arabization / Islamization. Yep.